What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be starting the next fighting fantasy book in the series. This is the Citadel of Chaos. We just beat the Warlock of Firetop Mountain, so this is the second book they ever wrote in the series, and honestly don't really know what it's about. It's got on the front cover what looks to be a hydra or something, and from imagination I think a citadel is like a fortress or a city, right?
Yeah.
Think Mordor, I guess. So that's basically all we know. So we're going to start with the... In fact, let's just go over what we've got. So we've already rolled our stats. So we have a skill of 10, a stamina of 21, and luck of 9. And also this book does something a bit different. We've read the back page. It says that you are actually a sorcerer, basically, in this one. So it's more focused on spells. So there is also a magic spell score, which you roll for, which is basically you roll a die and you add 6 to it. And that gives you your magic spell skill. And you can choose from a number of skills in the back of the book. There's 12 skills. We rolled 12 spells and we rolled a 12, so we got to pick one of each basically, but you can roll up to an 18. So we've got one of each spell, and I guess when we need to use them we will give you a description of what they do. So let's get into the story then.
Should we read the history?
Yeah, let's read the history.
Do you want me to do it or do you want to start?
You do it.
Okay. The lawful good folk of the Vale of Willow have lived for some 8 years in awe and fear of the demi-sorcerer Balthus Dire. In awe, since his power is truly awesome, and in fear ever since word leaked from his domain that his ambitious plans of conquest were to commence with the Vale itself. A faithful half-elf sent on a spying mission to the Black Tower came galloping back to the Vale 3 days ago with a frantic warning. From within the caverns of Crag and Rock, Balthus Dire had recruited an army of chaotics and was preparing them to attack the Vale within the week. I've just got Mordor in my head now.
Yeah.
The good King Salamon was a man of action. Messengers were sent throughout the Vale that day to prepare defences and to summon the menfolk to action. Riders had also been sent to the great forest of Yore to warn the half-elves that lived there and to make an appeal for allied forces. King Salamon was also a wise man. He knew well that the news would inevitably reach the Grand Wizard of Yore, a white sorcerer of great power who lived deep within the forest. The wizard was old and would not last through a battle of this magnitude, but he schooled a number of young magicians, and perhaps one of his students in the magic arts with courage and ambition would aid the king and his subjects. Are we El Bardo again?
Pretty much.
You are the star pupil of the Grand Wizard of Yore.
You're a prefect.
He has been a difficult master, and your own impatience has often got the better of you. Perhaps a little too headstrong, you left immediately for Salamon's court. The king welcomed you enthusiastically and explained his plan. The battle could be avoided without bloodshed if Balthus were to be assassinated before his army could be amassed. The mission ahead of you is extremely perilous. Balthus Dire is surrounded in his citadel by a multitude of appalling creatures. Although magic is your strongest weapon, there will be times when you must rely on your sword to survive. King Salamon has briefed you on your mission and warned you of the dangers that lie ahead. One way through the citadel is the best for you to take. If you discover it, you will be successful with a minimum of personal risk. It may take you several trips to find the easiest way through. We're used to that by now. You leave the Vale of Willow on a long hike to the Black Tower. At the foot of the hill of Crag and Rock, you can see its outline against the dark sky. Now turn over.
Here we go. So Balthus Dire is one of the things from one of the later books where we chose an option to go and search out the Forest of Yore.
Is it?
And find Balthus Dire, but it was the end of the book. It wasn't the end of the book. It was like that's your goal now, and you've died. So we had no other thing to do.
I don't remember that. Also, did we let Wes go out before the stream?
Within like an hour.
He rung his toilet bell. That's all. But it's fine.
You want to let him out? And
Nah, it'll be alright.
Okay. Right, we'll continue then. This sounds awesome. Yeah, this does sound awesome. It's fun when these books use magic instead of just weaponry, because you get to use different ways of fighting enemies. Assassination, which is well known to be without bloodshed. Yeah, we're going to do some Assassin's Creed on this guy, I think. Okay, so is that the first page? Yep. So the first page... I'll read it first before we get to the image that's on there.
It's a very special image.
Yeah, that's very strange. Okay, so the sun sets. As twilight turns to darkness, you'll climb up the hill towards the forbidding shape silhouetted against the night sky. The citadel is less than an hour's climb. Some distance from its walls, you stop and rest. A mistake, as it seems, a fearful spectre from which there is no escape. The hairs on your neck prickle as you look towards it, but you are ashamed of your fears. With grim resolve, you march onwards towards the main gate, where you know guards will be waiting. You consider your options. You have already thought about claiming it to be a herbalist, come to treat the guard with a fever. You could pose as a trader or an artisan, perhaps a carpenter. You could even be a nomad, seeking shelter for the night. As you ponder the possibilities and the yarns you will have to spin to the guards, you reach the main trail leading up to the gates. 2 lanterns burn on the either side of the portcullis. You hear muffled gruntings as you approach. The 2 misshapen creatures step forward. On the left stands an ugly creature with the head of a dog on the body of a great ape, flexing its powerful arms. Its opposite number is indeed its opposite, with the head of an ape and the body of a large dog. The latter guard approaches you on all fours. It stops some meters in front of you, raises itself on its hind legs and addresses you. Which story will you opt for? Will you pose as a herbalist, turn to 261? Will you claim to be a tradesman, turn to 230? Or will you ask for shelter for the night? So first of all, these are the 2 creatures that we are coming up against here. We've got
a monkey dog and a dog monkey.
Dog gorilla, yeah, silverback. So what's going to get us in there?
What do you think's rarer? I think they'll just turn us away if we ask for shelter.
Probably a tradesman.
Do you reckon?
Oh, unless there's like a
herbalist.
Yeah, maybe there's like a disease or something.
Yeah, they might just be harder to come by.
Should we do that? Let's pose as a herbalist.
A herbalist?
Yeah, 261.
Where's our dog gone?
I don't know. Was he behind us before?
No, you scared me when you turned around.
I saw I think the light was moving or something.
Oh no. The ape dog asks to see your herbs. The ape dog asks to see your herbs. Luckily, you grabbed a few handfuls of weeds on your way and you show them. Cocking its head to one side, the creature eyes you suspiciously. It asks you for the name of the guard you have come to treat, something you hadn't planned on. You quickly think of a name to bluff the creature with. So the options are Kiltrog, Pincus, or Blag. Surely not Blag.
I'm gonna say Pincus.
I was gonna say Pincus.
Should we go Pincus?
Yeah, go on.
Kiltrog sounds like
Pinky. Kiltrog sounds like an enemy.
For an orc.
Yeah.
The ape dog laughs and tells you that Kiltrog is a lazy. Huh? Oh, wrong page, but that means that we're probably right. 175.
Do you want to go for it?
Well, we'll see what happens first. The creature has never heard of Pincus within the Citadel. The dog ape holding the mace growls and steps forward. You may quickly choose another name, turn to 110, or prepare to fight against them. Shall we
I love how you can just go, how you can just go back and...
Yeah, but you probably only have one chance to do it, maybe.
Yeah.
Kiltrog?
Kiltrog.
81.
Some cool pictures in this book. The ape dog laughs and tells you that Kiltrog is a lazy good-for-nothing and is not worth saving. You breathe a sigh of relief as he walks back and shouts for the gatekeeper. Moments later, the gatekeeper appears and opens a small doorway to let you in. Turn to 251.
Nice, we're in.
That was easy. Can we go straight to the wizard now?
No, we got to start mapping, I think. You walk towards the spacious open courtyard surrounded by large walls. Various lights are burning and groups of figures are shuffling around in the darkness. In the centre of the courtyard is a large monument of some kind, perhaps a fountain. Looking across the yard, you can see what appears to be the main entrance to the tower. So maybe should we write this down?
Oh, are we mapping it? So we've just gone inside?
Yeah, so we're in a giant courtyard.
Yeah.
In the centre is a large monument.
Yeah.
Perhaps a fountain. Looking across the yard, you can see what appears to be the main entrance to the tower. So there's the entrance to the tower there. So you can creep around the wall towards the tower, stride boldly across the courtyard, or tip-top through the shadows towards one of the groups.
One of the groups?
The groups of people, yeah.
Ooh. I feel like if we creep around, we're going to get shouted at.
Yeah. Maybe we should just walk up to the groups of people.
Yeah, and try and listen out for stuff.
Yeah, or find out. They might try to break in as well. Well, okay, then 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1. Cautiously and keeping well out of sight, you creep through the darkness around the edge of the courtyard. There are 2 groups of creatures in front of you. To the right, you can see 2 human-like figures talking under a torch fastened to the wall. To the left, a group of 4 creatures of varying shapes and sizes are sitting around a fire eating. Will you approach the 2 by the torch, or the group around the fire?
I'm picturing like Aragorn and that by underneath the torch, just being shady with hoods up.
They're definitely being shady.
Yeah, what I'm thinking. And I don't know if all of the bad guys in this are like weird creations, which would make them like the guards and stuff. But maybe if we sit and eat with them and stuff, we can get some information. Should we try and sit with them?
Yeah, okay. I kind of want to know what the 2 guys are up to, but...
I'm sure we'll find out once we die.
339.
339.
So I'm going to draw a picture of 2 shady guys against a wall.
Yeah.
And the group of people.
A motley crew sit around the fire. Warty-faced orcs are handing out scraggy chunks of half-cooked meat to the others. A snarling dwarf with green skin is complaining. A dwarf with green skin is complaining about the size of his piece.
What?
While 2 scruffy goblins, a man and a woman, are cuddling each other, they giggle and laugh, and every so often she slaps his ugly face, causing more merriment. As you approach, they stop and turn around to look at you with unwelcoming faces. They sneer at your neat appearance, and the female goblin whispers some comment to her mate. In front of the dwarf, you can see an open box. You can just make out a vial of liquid within it. Will you sit down with them around the fire, ask them whether you may join them? Unwelcoming faces. Ooh, what do we do? Should we just ask them?
Yeah, let's try and be polite.
I feel like, yeah, it's one of those things like you might show your dominance if you just sit there and you might just let you in.
The goblins are kind of sweet.
Yeah.
Hey, Kenwa!
Hey, Kenwa. Let's ask them then. 149. I feel like they won't be happy with us asking.
No, but I'd rather do that than sit down and get attacked.
Let's find out. You're just like breaking up their like fire pit.
They are not interested in your company and bid you on your way. You may either carry on towards the tower, turn to 245, turn to the left to investigate the monument, or sit down at the fire anyway.
Should we sit down at the fire anyway and just find out what the crack is?
Yeah, at least we know next playthrough to avoid them if it goes tits up.
The creature is savaging you What? 380? What was it?
It must have been 380. I don't know. Oh.
As you see, the creature is ravaging you. Oh no. As you sit down, they rise to their feet. The dwarf picks up a club and springs at you, while the goblin and orc grab swords. The goblin's mistress gives a cry and jumps out of the way, retreating back into the darkness. Turn to 213.
Shit.
So I have to fight with them. So I wonder what would happen if you would have just sat down. So this is a new book. I don't remember. Yeah, we did finish the last one.
Yeah.
We got quite stressed out of it, but we did finish it. Now this is the second book. They don't follow on story-wise, so it's a completely different story. But this is the first part.
You draw your sword just in time as the dwarf is almost upon you. Fight each in turn. Battle time. Dun, dun.
So we've got goblins and orcs, I think.
Oh, we don't want him. First one is a dwarf. Do we have a dwarf?
The barbarian's probably the closest one.
Okay.
Just imagine him smaller.
Yeah.
What's his skill?
His skill is 5 and his stamina is 6. Wow, that Firefly's conversation became intense.
We sat down and they jumped up with clubs. Okay. So black dice for enemy and the yellow dice are ours. So
yeah, ready?
Yes.
So what's the skill? 10?
17 for us.
Yep.
Enemy roll.
Nice.
Nice. So enemy is down to
4
stamina points. Our roll again.
I feel like the dice cam isn't perfectly square. It's alright.
Yeah, it's because of the angle. Yeah, we'll sort it out one day. 16 for us. Enemy.
Oh no!
12,
No!
17. So that's us down to
19?
19 stamina. Our roll. 18 for us. So that is a, what can I get? 12 plus 5. 17 at best.
Yeah, let's roll anyway. I've already done it.
Okay. So who is this? The dwarf?
This is just a dwarf, and then we've got goblin, and then we've got orc.
Who's the toughest?
The goblin, but they're all pretty even.
Maybe 15.
Oh.
16 for us. 9, 10.
Yay.
So he's dead.
dead.
So moving on to the next one.
Goblin. His skill is 6 and his stamina is 4.
So he's a 2-hitter, if we can get him. What's the goblin on? His club, I think. Or maybe the dwarf club. Okay.
Oh.
6.
Oh no! Yeah,
So he's got to be dead
Yeah.
for that. So
down to 2.
this is the goblin, did you say?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll roll for...
He's look, there's a picture. He's a
Yeah,
goblin.
pretty good.
16.
16 for us. Enemy roll. 9, 10. So he's dead.
And then we are up against an orc whose skill is 5 and stamina is 7.
Oh, we have to
Should I
whittle
use the
this one
same
down.
picture?
Yeah.
Have we got anything more orky?
Oh no.
No.
We do have the majority of the same pictures from the Warlock of Firetop Mountain for this part, just purely because we have no idea what to expect in this one. 14 for us.
Oh, what you doing?
11. 12 for
Oh
us.
no.
$17.
So
Okay.
the only way you can get your stamina back is with a spell in this one as well.
Yeah, and we have one of them.
You don't have provisions, I don't think.
No, you just have your skill potion. 13 for us. 13.
Yeah, even.
Okay, I'll roll again. 6. 20, so that is more than they can
Yeah.
achieve, so... Down to 5 on...
Spinning this way.
Okay, I'll roll again. 14. 6.
Yay!
11.
2 more hits. Not bad for our first fight.
2 more hits.
Yeah. So I press that prematurely then.
Okay. 14 for us.
Shit. Spoke too soon.
Just because we're not starting with a 12 skill this time around.
10's not, I like 10 though because it's easier to
Yeah.
work out where you are. 16.
16 for us. Enemy roll. Yeah, it's easier to count the dice roll. 11, so that's a win. So he's down to 1 HP. Hopefully the last round. 15 for us, so 10 or lower.
No! Yes!
Done for, there we go.
Okay, they're all dead. Did we kill them? Have we just slaughtered them in this
I
courtyard?
think so, yeah.
2, 3, 5.
Afraid that the commotion may have attracted attention, you peer out into the darkness. Nothing seems to be happening. Going through the pockets of the creatures, you find 8 gold pieces, a copper-coloured key, and a jar of dark, creamy ointment. You may
Yeah, hang on, let me write this down.
you may take any 2 of these with you.
Oh no! Okay, what is there?
8 gold pieces, a copper-coloured key, and a jar of dark creamy ointment. Maybe we should
We've
just
got
take...
to take the ointment.
Maybe we just leave the gold and take the items. We're going to need the key, aren't we?
Creamy what?
Dark creamy ointment.
Dark and creamy.
Well, now there's no one to talk to, yeah. I'm sure we'll find someone else who wants to slit our throat at some point.
And a copper key. Right, I'll make a note of those. What if we need them though? Then we might have had to attack these people.
Yeah, I guess so. Come on, folder, disappear. Okay, so we've got copper key.
And creamy liquid.
I'm going to put dark ointment.
Why?
I don't want to use too many letters.
I put creamy ointment.
No, it takes us 6 years but they actually type out. Right, okay, so you may take any two of these. Turning to the vial of liquid, you can make out an inscription on the lid written in runes. Your heart leaps as you realise this is a potion of magic and is very rare.
Ooh!
So is this separate or is this...
No, I think maybe you meant to read
No,
the
it's
whole
a jar of dark creamy ointment. You may take any two of these with you. Turning to the vial of
when
liquid.
you look at it.
I think that's different. The vial of liquid, you can make out the inscription on the lid written in runes. Your heart leaps as you realise this is a potion of magic and is very rare. Within the vial is enough liquid for 2 doses and each has the effect of raising your magic score by 1 point, allowing you the energy to use 1 extra spell. You may take this potion with you to use after using any spell. When you drink the potion, you need to not cross that spell off your list. Remember, this potion will only work twice. Now you may carry on either towards the Citadel, turn to 245, or over to the 2 men talking by the torchlight.
Magic potion times... I'll just put times 2. So we can not cross off a spell twice.
Basically, yeah, so we can use one of them spells. 2 spells twice, basically. We get to use it twice.
Yeah.
So, should we talk to the guys by the torchlight?
Yeah, why not? Let's kill everyone in here.
269. There we go. Sorted. Let's go.
The 2 men are dirty and unkempt. As you approach, you can hear them arguing loudly about the price of a dagger. The taller of the 2 is obviously trying to sell the dagger to the other. He argues that the dagger is enchanted and is worth more than the other is willing to pay for it. As you come closer, he grabs you by the arm and asks you for your opinion on the price of the weapon. What will you say? 5 gold pieces, 8 gold pieces, or 10 gold pieces?
So who's selling it? The smaller guy?
The tall guy is trying to sell it to the small guy.
Mm-hmm.
These are the guys. Should we go with the tall guy? 69 pieces. Should we go with the tall guy and say it's worth 10? And then he might say thank you to us or something?
Yeah, go on.
Or do you want to middle diddle it?
Let's go with 10.
Go with 10?
Let's go with 10. Let's see what
10
happens when we go with 10.
225. He might thank us and give us something.
Maybe. He agrees entirely. This artifact is extremely valuable. The shorter man explains that he just doesn't have that kind of money and wanders off into the darkness. The tall man offers the dagger to you at the bargain price of 9 gold pieces. You may use a fool's gold spell to conjure up enough gold to buy.
Technically, we've got a free spell.
Yeah. Deduct this spell and turn to 15, or you may apologise and press onwards. We might as well use it, right?
Yeah, go on then. So I'll put that we've used one of our magic potions.
Yeah. So we're going to use the Fool's Gold spell, which I'm just going to tell you what that does right now before we use it. So, Fool's Gold. This spell will turn ordinary rock into a pile of what appears to be gold. However, the spell is merely a form of an illusion spell, although more reliable than the illusion spell below. And the pile of gold will soon turn back to rock. So we better use this and get the hell out of there.
Oh no, yeah.
So, Deduct this and turn to 15.
What if it turns back too quick?
Well, it's a learning curve, and we'll figure out what to do next time.
The dagger is indeed a work of art and was undoubtedly worth a fair price. The blade is made of shiny metal and the hilt is a peculiar green leather with inlaid stones. You read an inscription which tells you that it is an enchanted throwing dagger which never misses.
Nice.
In a future combat, you may use this dagger to throw at an opponent. It will automatically inflict 2 stamina points of damage without the need to roll for attack strength. But you may only use it once. You put the dagger into your belt and set off towards the Citadel. 10 to 2.
Are we saving it for the last boss?
Well, it's basically a free shot at somebody, isn't it? So what should I call it? Enchanted dagger?
Yeah. So press on towards the Citadel. 245.
Enchanted dagger. What is it? Just takes 2
Yeah.
damage.
You set off towards the Citadel. Although the night air is calm, you hear faint whistling which rapidly gets louder and louder until a strong gust of wind suddenly hits you with such force that you can barely move against it. You shield your eyes until the blast retreats slightly, and as you open them you see a ghostly female face inside what appears to be a living whirlwind.
Ooh.
She mouths words at you which you cannot make out, but some seconds after she has finished talking, the message reaches you. She seems to find your appearance offensive and is challenging you with words of abuse. You grab at your sword, but she laughs. Will you ignore her and continue, turn to 161, talk to her, turn to 390, or use your magic to see her off? I feel like we should just try and use magic and figure it out.
Hey, Misa!
Hey, Misa, how you doing? Book 2, yes. This is the first time reading it, so yeah, we can't wait to get.
Did you spend it? We didn't spend. Luckily, we scored 12 out of, what is it, 18?
Yeah.
On our magic roll.
So we just pick one of each, basically.
There are 12 spells in total, so we just got one of each spell, so we got pretty lucky.
Yeah. Should we try and use a spell and just banish her or see what happens? Because she might drop her.
Unless we try to talk to her.
She's hurling abuse at us, though.
Okay. What? Okay.
I just want to figure out what the magic
Yeah,
is.
go on then. What do you want to use?
I don't know. Go to 47 first.
Oh, okay. So we might get a choice.
Yeah, hopefully. That'll narrow it down.
A nice thing to get. Oh, what spell will you use? Creature copy spell, illusion spell, or levitation spell? If you have none of these spells, you will have to retreat towards the monument in the center of the courtyard and hide from her. Oh, so creature copy makes a duplicate of the... So it'll make another one of her.
With you.
Yeah. An illusion spell.
We've just been told that the illusion spell is not as good as the fool's gold one, is it?
I think the illusion spell you use against intelligent.
Does it break illusions as well?
Illusion.
Yeah, we need to. Every time we get a spell I haven't used, we'll explain what it is.
So illusion, this is a powerful spell, but one which is little unreliable. Through this spell you can create convincing illusions, e.g. that you've turned into a snake or that the floor is covered in hot coals, with which to fool a creature. The spell will immediately be cancelled if anything happens which dispels the illusion. It is most effective against intelligent creatures.
Maybe not then. Should we try? What about levitation?
Levitation.
It's a whirlwind, isn't it? It says to see it off. We can just fly it out of the Citadel.
It frees its receiver from the effects of gravity and will cause the receiver to float freely into the air under your control.
That could work. Should we try that?
Work.
So should we use our second free spell?
Yes. Okay. So I'll cross off that we've used all our magic potions.
So 259.
She's intelligent enough to come up with the abuse to her.
Dismayed, she watches as you float into the air above her. She spins herself frantically, trying to suck you down, but you are out of reach. You taunt her with a smile and wave and float over towards the Black Tower. Setting yourself. You put your finger up.
No?
Oh, yeah, so there goes our monetization.
Oh, I did. You might want to blank that out.
No, I can't believe it. You taunt her with a smile and wave and float on towards the Black Tower, setting yourself down outside the main entrance. Turn to 218.
Nice. Well, we didn't get anything from her though.
No, but at least it means we can have him run away from her next time.
It's been trying to get us to go to that fountain for ages, and now we're not going to it. I just hope we weren't meant to go to it.
Yeah.
In front of you is a large wooden door firmly locked. You may either knock 3 times for the guard, or you may use a strength spell to try to open it. Should we knock for the guard?
Let's knock for the guards.
I mean, we've already snuck into this, place. We might as well go through. I did not expect that to work. I was expecting she just fling you and really inform into this.
It made the most sense to me. So you're kind of blowing a whirlwind away. The door opens and a large brutish creature steps out. It has a sharp horn in the middle of its forehead and its skin appears to be armor plated. It grunts to ask you what you want and demands the password before letting you in. Do you know the password? If so, turn to 273. If not, you will have to bluff your way in, turn to 198. So this is the guard. It's basically a giant armor plated rhino, I think.
Yeah,
so,
I love the pictures.
Yeah, they're all like Spider-Man villains, I think. If not, you have to bluff your way in, 198.
We can do that.
Easy.
We are El Bardo.
You're the sorcerer, prefect of Yor.
And a bard. You think quickly. You reach into your bag and pull out a handful of weeds. Showing them to the creature, you explain that you are a herbalist and have come to treat the Lord's librarian, who is critically ill. The messenger never told you of any passwords. Will he believe you? Test your luck. If you are lucky, he believes you and lets you in. If you are unlucky, he doesn't care who you are. You may not enter without the password, and he advances towards you with his pike.
Okay, so we need to test our luck.
I kind of want to fight him, but yeah.
No, let's try it, look. So luck roll is rolling 2 dice and it's got to be lower than your luck score, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we have a luck
Equal
roll.
to or...
Is that on the camera? Wesker's meat roll in the corner. Okay, so we need to roll 2 dice and we need to get a 9 or lower.
Yes.
6, 7. So we are lucky.
Yes,
so then
good.
we will, with, what's the word? Deduct 1 luck point now because we've used it.
To sing a song, it costs gold to come.
Yeah, we need 65 gold for that.
So 177.
You're in a narrow hallway. This continues for several meters and ends in a doorway. Halfway along the passage, you can see an archway where some steps lead downwards.
Hang on, where have we gone?
So we've gone through the door, the main door,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. You're in a narrow hallway. This continues for several meters and ends in a doorway.
Mm-hmm.
Halfway along the passage, you can see an archway where some steps lead downwards. Will you go forwards to the door or creep down the steps? I mean, you might as well check the steps, right?
Should we creep down the steps?
Yeah, 3, 4, 4.
Can't say creep down and then not expect us to check it.
I'm just picturing Pink Panther theme while you're sneaking around this castle.
You follow the stairs downwards. The air is cool and stagnant. At the foot of the stairs is a door. Will you try the door or climb the stairs again and go up to the door on the ground floor?
So there's a door
There's
at the bottom of the
door
stairs.
at the bottom of the stairs, or we can go back.
Try the door.
Turn to 7.
The door is locked. You may break it down by charging it with your shoulder, or you may cast a strength spell on yourself to try and wrench the door off its hinges. Should we just try and break it down with our shoulder?
I feel like we're going to just hurt ourselves doing that, but we can do.
I think it's worth a risk at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, 268. Bust it down with our shoulder.
Busting.
It might just be a skill roll or a luck roll.
As you hit the door, the wood cracks a little but does not give. You try it again, and this time the wood splits down the middle.
Oh, nice.
You break your way through into the room behind it. Turn to T10. Nice and easy.
I wonder if there's it would have been funny if there's a spike on the other side, and if you use the strength spell, you impale yourself or something.
Yeah, well,
So
I
you get
read
no
that
luck
you've
off
got to
it.
be careful when you use the strength spell.
Yeah. Makes sense. 210. Could be a trap. You now stand in a large round room. It is lit by a single torch fixed into one wall. There is no furniture in this room save for a rough wooden table and a chair in the centre. Hovering above the table, fast asleep, is a very small man dressed in a green shirt and pantyhose. Pantaloons. I don't know what pantaloons are. He cannot be more than a metre tall, and you cannot believe that he is asleep after your noisy entrance. You hear a creak and turn to your right just in time to see a small catapult fire a missile of some sort straight at you. It's going to hit you unless you use a shielding spell. If you use this spell, turn to 192. If you cannot or will not, turn to 359.
We can have to, aren't we?
Pantaloons are just pants but balloony.
I imagine pantaloons like pants but with big flares on them, like bell bottoms.
I picture them like something like Dandelion would wear in Witcher, like puffy jestery pants.
Yeah.
Should we use the shielding spell then?
Yeah. I feel like it's such a waste, but we are getting catapulted
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think the more spells we use, the more knowledge we're going to have if we do die.
If we die.
We probably will die. Will we die from a catapult shot by a midget, though?
Oops.
You can't quite say that anymore. I meant this little green guy.
I think you might be able to. I think you might get away with that one.
So, shielding spell, turn to 192. I didn't even mean to say that word. I couldn't think of what I was trying to say.
I think it's PC. 192.
I don't know. Yes.
Oh, you need to deduct the spell then. You cast the spell just in time. The missile hits your magical shield and splatters against it, dribbling onto the floor. You test the resulting mush to see what it was. You were nearly hit by a tomato.
And that was what my thought was. It's like, it's probably not going to hit us, but I was just hoping it wasn't like a rock and would knock us out and we woke up in a jail cell. That's
Let me
the worst
draw.
thing.
I'll turn this catapult that I drew into a tomato.
Yeah. See, it's good that they're making the spells either a risk, because if everything you needed the spell for, then you just use it every time. Sometimes you need to be careful when you're going to use it.
In the center of the room, the sleeping figure is stirring. Turn to page 29. Excuse me.
Cautiously, you approach the little man. As you get close, a single eye opens and looks you straight in the face. A wide grin spreads between the creature's ears and he disappears.
Ugh.
Good morning to you, he says with a little chirpy voice behind you, and you swivel around to see him standing there, still grinning. I'm Sheamus the leprechaun. He chuckles and holds his hand out to you. He seems friendly enough. Will you shake his hand and try and befriend him, or draw your sword?
Oh, leprechauns are evil, aren't they?
Are they?
Oh, is this going to be another Jan?
Possibly, but...
Take his lucky charms. Would you befriend a leprechaun?
I don't. They're just tricksters.
I feel like they're
what do they
evil.
do? Steal your gold? Is that what a leprechaun does?
I don't think so.
What-
They don't just play tricks on you.
This is the message to the chat. Are leprechauns trustworthy? I feel like they're not. If Witcher is to believe, pantaloons are lead clothing that cover each leg separately from the waist to the ankle. So it's like there's
Each
no
leg
middle bit.
Separately?
So they're like chaps.
That cover leg clothings that cover each leg. Don't all pants wear?
Maybe they're just chaps. They're just like
Assless
one leg.
chaps?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Who's wearing those?
No, he's wearing them.
What, the leprechaun?
He is.
Sheamus.
He is wearing them.
He's like this tall.
Yeah, he's wearing pantaloons. He is. He is. We went in and there's a man laying down with pantaloons
and he's
on.
hovering on the table.
In fact, there was a picture of him. You could have seen what they looked like.
He's hovering on the table with his assless chap spinning in a circle.
Maybe he's got one of them onesies with the bum flap. And he just
Maybe.
dropped it.
Something like that. I think a little bit will be something separate. Right, what are we going to do about him? Should we try and befriend him?
What are we doing?
Should we befriend the
Oh,
leprechaun?
fine. Yeah, I don't want to.
271. I don't, but I also don't want to kill him for no reason.
He's gonna kill us.
Probably, but at least we'll know if we need to fight him or not.
You grasp his hand and introduce yourself, and cry out as the nerves down your arm go numb. Oh, Sheamus bursts out laughing. Lose 1 skill point
What?
as you are using your sword arm. You are becoming angry, but the little man continues to shake your hand and laugh. A laugh comes from behind you, and you look around to see him floating in the air, grinning. But you are still shaking his hand in front of you, or are you? In fact, you now realise you are frantically shaking hands with a stuffed dummy which is flopping around on the end of your arm. As you shake it, you throw it to the ground, but it is stuck to your hand. The situation is ludicrous, and you are becoming very angry. Just a little joke, says the leprechaun, who snaps his fingers. The dummy disappears. Now what can I do for you? Will you ask him the way onwards or draw your sword?
Maybe ask him the way
I feel like he's
onwards.
not going to tell us the way.
No. Maybe after it's enough torture, he will let us know.
Are we going to get our sword out then?
Yeah, go on then. Let's just get the sword out on him. Go on then.
Definitely?
Why don't we dedicate ourselves to try to find out?
Okay. He's going to tell us the wrong way, that's
Did this book come out before Batman 1989? Because he sounds very Jokerish. Ask him for the way onwards. 348. Probably. Oh, I shouldn't go this way, says Sheamus. There are not pleasant parts. These 3 doors are the only ways onwards. 2 of them are very dangerous, the other is very smelly. On the opposite side of the room are 3 doors. One has a brass handle, one has a copper handle, and one has a bronze handle. So we got the copper key. Yeah. So you want to draw them in the room?
Where? Through past him?
Yeah.
Or up here?
It's in the room with him. I think.
Okay. Right, 3 doors.
Yep. So there's brass, copper, and bronze. Or you can ask his advice. But I'm guessing if you ask his advice, you can still use the key anyway. Does it include the dream cheese?
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah. It's our saviour. Should we ask him his advice and then use the copper key?
Yeah.
68.
So close.
We don't have the key for any of them, really. Besides, we have the copper one, but we don't have the other 2 anyway, so...
Which one would I take, eh? He muses. Let's see. I would not take the 2 doors to the left of the copper-handled one, nor the door to the right of the bronze-handled one. Which one will you choose?
He's tricking us there, isn't he? So 2 left of the copper is...
Well, we don't know which one's which.
What's the
I would
one?
not take the 2 doors to the left of the copper-handled one. So he's saying don't take bronze.
Yeah.
Nor the door to the right of the... So he's saying go copper.
Good. So he's trying
Which we have the copper-handled door.
It was our only option anyway, wasn't it? You open the door and step out into a long, dark corridor 10 to 188.
A sudden, intense flash of light bursts out in front of you. You shield your eyes and then rub them, but you cannot see. Panic hits you as you hear a low growling noise. Padded footsteps come closer and you cry out in pain as this unseen creature roars and embeds its sharp teeth into your leg. Will you cast a strength spell, cast a weakness spell, or draw your sword and slash out at the creature? Should we draw our sword?
Yeah, let's just try and fight this thing. It's probably like another gorilla dog thing. 51?
51.
You slash about madly with your sword but cannot hit the creature. Either it's extremely quick or it has no solid body for you to hit. Its teeth are now tearing at your flesh and you can feel blood on your leg. You'll have to protect yourself with your magic or face certain death from this unseen creature. Will you cast a strength spell or a weakness spell? So what does the weakness spell do?
The weakness spell makes creatures in front of us weak.
Yeah.
Or the strength spell makes you strong.
Well, I think weakness is going to have to work on this one then, isn't it?
Yeah, go on then.
Okay, weakness spell, 10 to 159.
I just hope it's not like you can't see it, you can't use it.
Well, it's probably going to be like something really weak. That's just using like a mad supernatural power. So once we use the weakness spell, it's going to turn into like a rat or something.
You cast your weakness spell. Hopefully Hopefully you wait for the creature's strength to fade, but as its teeth still maul you, you are dismayed to find that its attack is becoming more ferocious.
Oh, wow.
You cannot feel your leg now. The pain is intense. You feel faint and lose consciousness as the jaws close on your throat. Turn to 323. Is that a death page?
I don't know just yet. You awake and look around. As your memory returns, you're amazed that you can see your leg feels tender, but it is uninjured. You hear a small chuckle coming from above you, and suddenly the whole thing makes sense. Floating above you, is it him biting a leg in his pantaloons? Floating above you is Sheamus, now laughing loudly. The whole thing has been one practical joke. You are enraged and leap to your feet, but as you glare, the funny little man rolling about in the air in hysterics, you can't help but see the funny side too. You chuckle, then giggle, and then laugh loudly. For some time, the two of you roar with laughter until tears stream down your faces. When you are both able to control yourselves, you eventually settle down to chat. He is a pleasant little man. Before you leave, he says, "Indeed, you are a good sport. Your way ahead is fraught with danger, though, but perhaps these will help you." With a wave of his hand, a sword, and we just used a spell for no reason.
Yeah.
We know though.
Yeah.
With a wave of his hand, a sword and a plate appear on the table. The sword is a magic battle sword and will add 1 point to the dice roll when thrown for your attack strength.
Yes.
When did we lose a skill point again?
We lost it. Was it not with Sheamus?
Can't remember. When did we just lose the skill point?
I can't remember. Sheamus, maybe?
If it's Sheamus, then we might not have actually lost one then.
No, you will have done. So what have we just picked up?
Sword is a magic battle sword and will add 1 point to the dice roll when thrown for your attack strength.
Yeah.
The plate is in fact a silver mirror of fine workmanship. You may take these with you, but you'll have to leave your old sword behind.
That's fine. Silver mirror. So we've got a silver mirror and a magic battle sword.
Yeah. When did we lose that skill point? What happened to us?
I can't remember.
We kind of need to know just in case it was in that room.
It doesn't matter if it is or not. The book told us to lose it, so we lose it. It didn't say it was all a joke, gain your skill point back if you lost any. It'd say return your stats, wouldn't it?
I'll put 9 + 1 then.
Yeah. For our magic battle sword. Nice.
Okay, and we have the silver mirror, yep, so...
Do you want to put them on the thing?
No, because it's just a weapon. I'll put the silver plate on. Let me just do this. Leave the room for either the brass handle, copper, or the bronze. So we've got the copper key, so 144. 115 the stamina, oh yeah, I wish. So, item 4 is silver plate.
It was a mirror.
Silver mirror?
Yeah. At least we got a sword. A magic sword.
Yeah. She needs to get her skill back up now.
The door opens and you enter a narrow corridor. You follow it for some time until you finally come to another door. This time a wide carved door with the inscription wine cellar set into it. You try the handle and it opens. Poking your head around the door, you can see rows and rows of racks full of bottles full of wine. The room is dimly lit by several candles.
Vampire.
Your opening the door has caused a little bell to ring. And a figure is limping towards you. That's well creepy. And a figure is limping towards you up one of the aisles.
He looks like a mummy with a rabbit's head. That's all I'm going to say.
He looks like one of those trolls with like the hair that sticks up.
Yeah.
Will you draw your sword and prepare to defend yourself, or see what this fellow might have to say?
He's just down there drinking all the wine, I think.
That's well creepy though.
He's got a bunny rabbit head.
No, he doesn't.
He does.
He's like a goblin.
2 ears.
Yeah, they're just pointy ears, and he's got like big tusky teeth.
Oh yeah, that's how thin his legs are. Okay, let's talk to the man.
Yes.
After we've just insulted him about his appearance.
56.
The black elf is approaching you. The black elf approaching you is skinny and ragged. He asks whether you are a guest or an adventurer. You tell him you're a guest. Come down to sample the wine he keeps in his famous wine cellar. With a certain pride, he shows you the vintage bottles he keeps for his lord, the demi-sorcerer. Some of them, he claims, have magical powers. He offers to let you sample the wine. Will you try a sample of the red wine, the white wine, the rosé wine? Decline his offer and make your way onwards. I'm gonna.
Are we gonna get poisoned if we try the wine?
I don't think so, because we're in a wine cellar.
I would try the red.
I've got a feeling like it's gonna be like red's gonna be regain like stamina, white may be like a magic spell, and the rosé may be luck or something, or maybe get your skill point back. Should we just try the red?
Yeah, go on. Let's try the red.
All right, my brother bought me facts in Germany. I found those huge cannons. Oh, awesome! What was on
Have
your
you tried them yet, Koma?
We had like so many at one point. We were just buying them for the streams and then keeping all the cans because they were cool.
Yeah, but then we ended up throwing them away, didn't we?
120.
We haven't had a fax in a while.
It's probably about a month ago.
We should get another for the stream.
Hmm.
You taste the wine and nod. The vintage is indeed excellent with a refreshing fruity taste. You try a little more and start to feel lightheaded. You may add 2 stamina points.
There we go.
And 3 luck points. Well, how many luck did we have? 9. So
maybe not use that one unless we have
18 stamina and 1 luck then. You thank the elf and press onwards.
Maybe write that down so next time if we try different wines we can figure out what they are.
I'll just put red equals 3 stamina and 2 stamina.
Oh, so we're up to 17 then.
Yeah, and 3 luck. Turn to 95. What a nice elf.
Even though he's locked in the basement. 95.
Yeah, he's got wine.
At the far end of the wine cellar, there's a wooden door which you try. It opens out into a passageway which leads onward for several meters. Turn to 367. At least this is nice and straightforward so far.
Yeah. Don't say that.
So far.
You should know better.
367.
Some way along the passage, you arrive at a 4-way junction. Here you go.
It's one of the ways where you just come from.
Yeah, it will be. You take a path to the north, which eventually leads you to a large wooden door. So we can't even choose. You can hear nothing by listening at the keyhole. Will you try to open the door slowly and quietly, or charge the door down? Slowly and quietly.
Yeah, definitely.
308.
The handle turns and you step inside into a dark room. Turn to 257.
Oh no. You look around the room. It is lit only by your torch. Although a fairly large room, it has little furniture in it, although a large boulder, sliced flat, resembles a table, and a smaller rock forms a sort of stool behind it. In one corner, a pile of rocks are held together with mud. You cannot imagine their purpose, although they support 3 wooden chests. Then you jump with fright as your torch lights up a large creature, seemingly made out of rock itself, standing by a door. It is roughly human-shaped, although somewhat larger. Its eyes are staring straight at you, but you cannot be sure it is actually seeing you. Will you run for the door, attempt to speak with the creature, or move slowly towards the boxes?
So it's like a golem. It looks like it's a statue.
Like a stone golem. It's definitely going to start moving if we try and open the chests.
Yeah. So what are options?
Should we try and speak with it?
Yeah, let's try and speak to it. Why not? Yeah.
357.
The creature is apparently deaf and mute. So it can see us, but it can't hear us.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter if we tiptoe, does it? You hail it in all language you know, but it continues to stand silently. You make a move towards the center of the room. Is that where the chests are?
I think so.
Okay, fair enough. 200. Oh, I've seen that in Out of the Pit. Out of the Pit? What's that?
At your first movement, the creature seems to break from its trance and step towards you. Seeing this, you may either run for the door at the far end of the room, or make for the boxes and risk taking on this silent giant.
Boxes, always.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not running away. We need to find out what's in the box.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What do you think's in the box?
More rocks. Hope you turn to gold. The golem is advancing towards you. Golem in capitals, which means it's a fight, possibly. Is advancing towards you, is a slow-moving creature, and you reach the boxes easily. You curse as you find they are all locked. As you struggle with the locks, the golem closes in on you. You may draw your sword and fight the creature, cast a fire spell, cast a creature copy spell, forget the boxes and race for the door.
Oh, I reckon Copy, because I feel like fire won't affect golems because he's made out of stone.
Yeah.
Pokemon style.
And if there's a creature copy, they might just like stare at each other and like.
They'll have an epic golem fight while we open the chest.
That's what I was thinking as well.
And they might even land on the chest and break them, and then we can just take the treasure.
Let's try that.
Yeah.
So we're going to use creature copy spell. That's 190. There we go. We've used that spell now. Out of the Pit is a fighting fantasy bestiary, a book full of oh, that's cool. Is that official?
Ace!
Is that official, Ian, or is that like a fan-made thing? I'd be interested to look at that. Does it have all the art and stuff?
It's really good. We'll have to get that. A perfect. I also saw a Last comment. Sheamus is in. 3 perfect copies of Sheamus in the box. A perfect copy of the golem forms in front of you. You command it to attack the real golem, which is now almost upon you. Resolve the battle of the golems.
Okay.
So here we go.
So we're not losing any stamina points, basically.
No.
We still have to battle them. Okay.
Well, I don't know. Have we got a golem on here?
Out it. Barbarian.
Imagine he's made out of stone.
Yeah. Let's read the whole thing.
If your
first.
creation beats the original, turn to 147. If it does not, you will have to finish off the fight yourself. If you win, you may turn. Okay, how are we gonna? No, he's only got stamina 10.
We'll just remember the stamina.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we just get lucky.
Sure, let me make a note of our golems. So we've got 8 and 10.
So yeah, we'll do our own little tally chart thing. Okay then, I'll roll.
Yeah.
Golem roll. 14.
14.
14 for us.
And
11.
Nice.
So golem is down to 8.
enemy
points.
golem is down to 8.
There we go. I'll roll again. It is official, but make sure you buy the right one. You buy it. Oh, we'll have a look for it. Great. 10 for us.
You might get a 10. No.
Yeah. Okay. So that's golem down to.
So
6.
we are down to
No,
8 and 8.
Yeah. Even Stevens at the moment. Our golem.
Why? Why is our golem
The
so
golem
shit?
sucks.
It's not even worth me rolling it.
No, so that's a loss again. So our is down to 6.
Yeah. It's okay. We can fight him ourselves. Apparently. Yes.
17. No.
15.
15 for us.
Oh,
15.
it's a match.
Match.
Draw. We
8.
draw.
Did we get 16? 17.
We draw. Look, we've got the same score.
I was trying to work it out. 15.
Yeah. We do.
Okay, I'll roll.
$11.
11 for us.
Nah.
Oh, the golem sucks. Well, the dice rolls for our golem suck.
We might turn it around in the second half.
Yeah. Oh well, the more damage we do to it, the less HP we're going to take over. I'll roll. It's the worst golem ever.
Right, there's no point me rolling.
And I
so
keep getting a 2 as well after that. So,
2, right.
oh, so golem on like 4.
Our golem's got 2 left.
Oh, great.
Like, literally, one.
Here we go.
Right,
This is what we're doing.
Yeah, there we go. What's that then?
16.
Yep.
14. And 17.
Our golem's dead.
Oh, great. Okay, so now we have to take him on ourselves. Do we have to change to a different page or anything? No, we just have to win.
You will have to finish off the fight yourself. Okay, so we can just fight him, that's fine. So
Yeah.
we're back to our 10 skill.
Yeah.
What's that? Because I can't read it.
15, 16, 17, 18 for us.
Yeah.
There we go. So
We
golem
should
is
have
down to
just
6.
drawn our sword, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Your golem just stood there. He got the first blow in and then he gave up.
Yeah, it was a 1-hit wonder. No, the worst oh god, yeah, the new golem game. Yeah, we're not. Loved Lord of the Rings films. Not touching that one. 19.
He can't be like, oh, I can.
You can get a 20, so let's see if we get a 6. No.
No, okay.
So golem is down to 4.
Nearly there.
I think they shut that studio down that made that golem game.
Did they?
Yeah.
Was that the first thing they made?
Don't know.
18?
18 for us, so 10 or lower for the enemy.
Yay.
He's dead? No.
No, he's got 1 left in him.
2 HP for the golem. The older one is a different format, the more recent one is a bigger book and I think of different information. So there's new on the best. Out of the pit 2 as well, okay, we'll have to have a look at that. Ugh. 12 for us.
Yeah. No.
Right, is that a loss?
Yeah. Down to 15.
Okay. Our roll. 20.
Yeah.
So that's a 20 at best.
If he gets double 6. No. He died! Finally.
Deadlick is still going, I believe they're sticking with publishing rather than developing. The best book is Titan, the Fighting Fantasy World. Okay. We'll have to have a look at all of this.
Oh, so either way you go to 147.
The golem crashes to the ground and breaks into pieces. With the relief, you walk over to the boxes to examine them. Will you try open the first box, the second box, or the third box?
The first box.
The first box. Let's just do that. 260.
Why didn't Sheamus tell us about the boxes?
No. Oh, what have you done about the doors are the same principle?
Oh, after some struggling, the box opens. Inside is a silver key. Will you try to use the key on the second box, try to use the key on the third box, or take the key and make for the exit? What if the key breaks?
We'll have to find out, won't we? Should we try it on the third box?
Why third?
Just because... Let's say bronze, silver, gold. Maybe the second box is what you put the second with the silver key.
Yeah, and then maybe you'll get a gold key out of the third
Then you
one.
put that in. Yeah, let's try that then.
Try to use the key
Second
on the
box.
second box. 34.
The key turns, and removing the lock, you open the box to find another key. This time cut in a glowing green metal. Will you try this key on the third box? Or leave the room with the 2 keys. I feel like we should probably bail at this point.
I feel like bailing too, but
Is
I
it
really
glowing?
want to know what it does. Well, we need to like wrap up soon. Should we leave it for a decision for next time?
Yeah. Okay. Let's leave that on a cliffhanger. We're gonna think about what
should
to
we
do.
take a drink and should we make our decision and drink to see what the other?
Yeah, let's have a quick drink checkpoint just to see what's in this third
Okay.
box. But it's got to be quite a big drink because we are wrapping up. We might as well take a massive drink. So 34.
Page 34.
Yeah.
So are we deciding to bail with these 2 keys?
I thought we were going to try the third.
Oh.
I thought we were going to checkpoint it and try.
Oh, checkpoint it. Okay.
Yeah, but we got to drink like most of our drink.
Okay, go.
Okay.
All of it.
Might as well. Yeah, we are wrapping up. Ooh.
What was that noise?
It was me burping and being surprised at my burp. Drunky is there. I'd only really drink alcohol on stream, honestly, when I'm doing it, which isn't very often, so...
The ginger bit is too spicy.
Yeah, so... Have you hit 34? So...
Yeah.
Try this key on the 3rd box, 89.
Okay.
Which I think is probably going to break it, or it's going to stop flowing. Oh boy.
Wait, your arms just covers up the whole...
I know.
The key turns, the lock clicks open, and you look inside the box. Inside the box is a glass jar, and in the jar is a spider. But not a normal spider. This creature has the face of an old man. He is talking to you, but you cannot make out what he is saying.
Don't worry about.
A noise startles you, and you spin around to see that the door, the one you came through, is beginning to open. You put the jar in your bag and make for the other door. Turn to 237. We've got a Spider-Man!
Should we just continue with that then?
He's got an old man head.
Yeah,
I don't like spiders, but he's got an old man head, so should we keep it?
Oh, I love old men. But not spiders.
They're always good to us in books.
That's true. Yeah, let's do it.
I wonder if he's wearing a loincloth.
Let's leave it there. We've got a checkpoint if things do mess up. The fact that he's out of the pit makes me feel like he's a monster that you have to fight then. But we're going to take him anyway, and if we've got a checkpoint. If all things go south, we can go back and leave him in his box.
So where are we? Page 89.
Yeah. Put 34 before that as well, like an arrow. Go back to if we need to.
Yeah, I remember.
So we've got keys and a spider old man in a jar, so... There we go. We're doing good. Good progress.
I'm going to draw a picture of him.
Okay, guys. This has been it for part 1 of our playthrough of the Citadel of Chaos. So far, I'm enjoying it. I think there seems to be a lot more variety in this one so far compared to Warlock. We have a lot more different types of enemies and things so far. So, yeah, I'm enjoying it, and I'm enjoying the magic as well. So it feels like we're playing Sorcery or Fabled Lands again. So it definitely makes it more fun compared to a standard game. So... yeah, let us know down below in the comment section what you thought about this book so far, or what you think of the book if you've already read it. And we'll be back again with part 2 very soon. So see you guys next time.